Welcome to another Frenzy Hangouts Live. And it works. Hopefully that includes my live stream tonight. So I got a quick test that to make sure that that is working and I can hear the sound. If you can't hear me talking, please let me know in the chat. But it works. The bug request that I put in, they fixed it finally in the beta. The beta that came out today, even the one that they did yesterday, the alpha, I don't think it worked. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I actually tried that. But okay, where is? Oh, there it is. Just gotta make sure can hear myself, and you guys can hear me. Yep. All right. Perfect. Good. That's working. Hopefully my internet is better. We had some internet outages in our area last night, so it affected the live stream there. But we are going to test out some of the things. I'll show you what works and I'll show you what doesn't, because I've found some things that either caused Blender to crash or didn't work. But previously, actually, let me get that going. So we've got. Actually, let me just test the alpha from yesterday. I'm pretty sure the alpha from yesterday did not work. So we've got. This is the thumb. No, this is the edit. Okay. Edit. Okay, and this one had all of our stuff on here. So just discard this here for now. Set that aside. This is the keying, and the alpha over when that was at 1. Oh, I guess they did fix it. Looks like they fixed it in 1. Well, no, the scale. Okay, hold on. The scale should be at 1. This is at 1. Okay, so they did fix it in. I downloaded the alpha version of today's, like at midnight last night. But apparently I didn't check it. But then in the morning I downloaded the beta version, because my morning is, well, not the morning for them, so they had already switched to the beta version. But it's working now. So let me go to the previous one, October 7th, just for anybody who doesn't know what I've been testing. So I've been doing these live streams the past several nights. I've been testing out the different. You know what? I'm gonna open up. Do 102. Yeah, this one. It's fine. So I don't care about that right now. We're going to bypass those. Okay, you can see right here. So when I have the opacity, can you see that actually? Hold on. Okay, there we go. So when the alpha over, okay, let's back up. We have the sequencer now, and 5.0 has introduced a connection to the compositor. So if you don't know this is massive. This is really huge. So previously, Blender's video editor was mostly separate from everything else. So it was like a video editor that came with Blender. Now there was a way to import like your 3D scenes into that with a scene strip. Now we have modifiers that are, you can add a modifier, all the regular ones, the brightness, contrast, color balance, curves, and all of that stuff. But there's one that's called the compositor modifier. Works very similar to geometry nodes modifier, and basically it makes a group input and group output within the compositor. So then you open up the compositor, and now there's this new drop down. So this is your regular scene. And now there's a new drop down where you can choose sequencer. And now you have access to all of the compositor nodes for the video sequence editor. And it loops or it feeds it in. So the group inputs, like the geometry nodes setup, it doesn't use geometry nodes, just as a clarification. It uses the compositor nodes, but the way it's set up is like geometry nodes. So we take the group input, which is our scene strip here, or not scene strip, our video strip. So this is my video strip right here. And the original, if you can hide the modifier, of course, up here, turn it on and off, just like any other modifier. But if you yeah, so this is just a video strip of me standing in front of a green screen. So I'm using the compositor nodes to do the green screen keying in real time, feeding back to my video sequence editor. So we've got the group input, which is our video. And actually, let me just go ahead and just plug that in. Let's move this stuff out of the way here. And hopefully delete those. Okay. So if I just plug this one in straight away, and I turn the compositor on, nothing happens, obviously, because we haven't plugged anything in. But now I have access, again, to all of the nodes for the compositor. So for example, just as a really quick thing, color, I can invert color by putting an invert color node, and it inverts the color. And we have the factor, which we can slide just like regular. And so let's go ahead and get rid of that. So now we have the keying node, and then I have also our box mask here into the garbage mat so that it gets rid of the sides. And now we have this. Well, what was happening, so all of that, it works really well, but what was happening was that the transparency, as you can see here, is supposed to bleed down. Here's the timeline cursor. So anything below this video strip, which is this color, should be seen here. And so what wasn't happening was the transparency wasn't being recognized with the compositor modifier, unless you change something. So if I change the position a little bit, a tiny bit, and you can barely see that, there we go, tiny bit. And then it changes. So that's -5. Also, if I rotated it at all, it would work. Or if I came up here and pressed 999 or 0.999, then that would be the workaround if they hadn't fixed it. But they have fixed it now. So this is I can't remember. Okay, which one did I choose? This one was October 7th. So this one was yesterday's alpha, and then in today's alpha and in today's beta, they have fixed it. So I'm going to go back there to, well, you know what? I'll just go ahead and close this. Don't save. And is this the one that they have saved? Yes. So now I can actually type in 1 here, and it works like it's expected. Okay. So that's amazing. That's a bug request that I put out there live just a couple days ago. You can go ahead and check that live stream. I need to add timestamps to these live streams. I think it's going to be a little bit of work because then I have to watch the whole live stream, or I can skim it, I guess. But I created the bug request, and then I thought that it had been fixed in the daily build, and I was like, oh, sorry, and so I closed it, and then I reopened it again, realizing, wait a minute, no, after doing some more testing, it actually still exists, so I had to reopen it, and all that was live. So but that's fun. That's why these are called Hangouts. This is you hanging out with me. We test stuff or do Blender stuff, whatever it is that I feel like doing. And then if you guys comment, then you can also tell me what you feel like doing. So, so this is working. This is really good. I did find a possible bug, and we should actually also test this with yesterday's build. So I should probably get that back up as well. See, now I don't know which one it is. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, no, I don't want to save that one. Just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I'm gonna do today's beta first, and we're going to test something else. So what I was trying to do is just mess around with other compositor nodes. So we know that the keying works here, and so then what I was trying to do is, well, the pixelate. So we got the pixelate node here, which is at the beginning. I had some keyframes, and you can see that here, hopefully, if it actually works. Okay, well, I can see that this is going. Let's just bypass this. Let's get rid of this. Oh, this isn't plugged into the viewer. That's why. Okay. So yeah, so it starts off where I'm pixelated. Let's bring this down to 25%. There we go. So this is kind of a cool thing. Oh wow. But then that doesn't. Let's do 50%. All right. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. So we are really pixelated, and then we come in not pixelated. It's kind of hard to tell in the proxies because it's already pretty pixelated. Oh, and also I need to Alt S over here. Alt S. There we go. To get rid of that scale, I'll turn my prefetch frames on. Okay, and then okay, prefetch. Come on. Okay, so this is really lagging now, and it actually might just crash because I'm kind of stressing it out here with I've got the keying plus my pixelation. And then the prefetch frames. Oh wow, that's yeah. That didn't really work really well, did it? Okay, let's try that again. Ooh, yeah, doing a refresh. So they're gonna have to really clean up, I think, in the next coming year when they're when we're well into Blender 5. So hopefully for also the long-term release, which I think is 5.2, which is supposed to be come out next summer. What we're supposed to do? Sorry, I'm gonna change my lighting, get a little bit better lighting here. Hopefully by then they'll kind of work on the performance issues because this is, I mean, it's a cool feature having the compositor nodes here, but it's really lagging. I mean, I'm using proxies too. Okay, it looks like it's starting now. So that's good. So I created the this animation just on this little pixelate thing. So just hovered my mouse over here, pressed I to add in a keyframe, and then in some of the earlier versions, I couldn't even find where the keyframe was. So this is I selected this, and then let's see, select this. Oh, and well, see, I can't see it now either. And I don't know why. I did see that later. Well, yeah, this is beta. I thought I saw that earlier. No trees. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, see, this is confusing me because I was able to see it and then I wasn't able to see it. So let me save this and let me try yesterday's alpha. Okay, here's the pixelate. Let's go to the graph editor. Okay, yeah, it's not there either. I don't. Where did I see that? Okay, well, let me open up to today's alpha because that is interesting. Okay. Nope. Graph editor, pixelate. Huh. Well, if anybody has any ideas, okay, let me read some. Hey, Jedediah, welcome back. I wonder if some compositors. Yeah, it seems like thing on my system right now. uh, but three different blenders open. Okay, okay, yeah. I'm gonna quit two windows. Here we go. Okay. Woo. Oh, let's close that. Um. All right. And I don't know if I'm still. Can you guys still see and hear me? Let me go back to. Um. Is this still working? I think I kind of froze. Are we back now? Oh, okay. Yeah. So okay, it's coming. Okay. Yep. Um. Yeah. It whatever Blender did with my system, it hogged all my resources. Um. So yeah. Not sure what happened there. Anyway, sorry. Jedediah. I was answering some of your questions here. Yeah, and my um, YouTube live control panel in OBS is blanking. That's fine. We'll get back here. Okay. So like the pixelized node, maybe it doesn't perform well in such a broad setting. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Some is probably more resource intensive than others, and I just now I really did kind of overload my system with all three of those alpha betas. So seems like the connection is better now, so that's good. So I won't do that again. I won't have three of them opening at the same time. But yeah, different nodes are probably going to weigh the system down much more. And you know it is interesting because when you introduce so many new or such a big update with Blender and having that be the oh let me open that one be the compositor. Okay, let's I'm just gonna delete this so that we don't have that going on there. So the compositor connected to the video sequence editor, it's great, but it also introduces a lot of like system lagging issues, system performance issues. So I can see that being an issue with depending on what you're doing in it. So that's what we're gonna have to be testing. All of us are gonna have to just test it out and submit our bug reports and stuff like that. Okay, so Mixchief, I like that name. If you were to use the hashtag frame expression in the compositor for modifier clip, would the frame number be equal to the internal frame count within the clip or the current frame in the whole VSE comp? That's a good question because they do have now you have different scenes that actually have different timelines that are relative to one another, or they're relative to their own scene. So if you have a master scene with a whole bunch of different scenes inside of it, you could be in the master scene you could be on frame 100, but only on frame 5 of one of your internal scenes. So that would be a good question. That would be a good question if you did the hashtag frame, because that's the animation, right? Where it's just saying what's the next frame. Maybe it wouldn't matter. Maybe it would just because it's not. I mean, Blender's already calculating the frames, right? They're already calculating the frames whether or not it's, it from one scene or another, and you can sync those. Um, so I don't know. It would be a good thing to test. Josh, hello, hi. You're testing out the VSE compositor. I am. I have been actually for, I think this is my fifth or sixth live stream. If you want to go back and check the other ones, I mean, some of them are kind of boring, and I've had some connectivity issues, and I'm still getting used to live streaming. So all of this is practice for me. But yes, we've been doing the testing, and I submitted a bug report because the transparency, as you can see right here, we did some green screen keying that feeds right back into the compositor, which is really cool. Sorry, feeds through the compositor right back into the VSE, which is really cool. So you can do green screen keying here. So if I turn this this modifier off, you can see over here. Yeah, just hide it for a second. Here's my green screen in the background. And that is, turn it on, and there you go. Or if I just mute this, I guess with M, just acts like you would regularly in the compositor, except for instead of this being the image editor, which it normally would be, this is the VSE now, and it's tied to a strip, and it's a modifier, and it acts like geometry nodes. That's really cool. So yeah, thanks for joining, Jiraj. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, so I don't mean to offend anybody, but I am not the best at pronunciation or accents for that matter. It's hard for me to do different accents. And my broadcast is very laggy too, so I can't even see in OBS Studio my real time. Oh no, now I can. Okay, that's good. I couldn't before, but I can't see the YouTube live control panel here. I'm gonna just see if I can reset it. Docs, YouTube live control panel. Nope, it's just oh yeah, there we go. Select the stream. Perfect. Okay. Now the chats. Let's see. Chat. Yes. Aha. Oh, so modifiers are also properly in the properties editor now. Yes, that is so. With my streams in this past week, it changed from one day to the next, and so I actually almost, and you can see this on the live stream. I was about ready. I had the whole bug request set up. I was like, oh my gosh, where's the strip in the modifiers tab? They just disappeared. I thought they had done something that broke it, and I was like, so I wrote up the whole thing on the website, getting ready to submit. I even took a screenshot and pasted it in there, and then was about to hit send, and I was like, you know what, that's too big of a thing. I'm gonna do a little bit more testing. Well, sure enough, I did end up finding these over here just on my own, which if I had read properly on their release notes page, this is something that was on there. But it was only like one thing, and it was like it had a link. It didn't really have a picture, not right there. And so, but this actually makes a lot more sense, and this is actually how I would do it anyway. In previous blenders, I would just pull up here. I'll show you what I do. I would just pull up the another video sequencer over here. I would hide the toolbar, and then I would hide the channels, and then I would pull out the properties over here if I can. Can I not? Oh yeah, okay, there we go. And then I would use it over here like this. And I did this so that I could have this all the way on this side. Because when you add a modifier, well, now I have to go back to the the properties. When you add a color balance modifier, you can see it's vertical like this. And so when having that be down here with the timeline and the sequencer, It was just I had to. It was too small of an area, so I'd have to scroll through that. Uh, you did it perfectly with my name. Okay, good. Jedediah. Okay, yeah. Which caught me off guard actually. Well, I think it's a biblical name, isn't it? Um, so I hope that's. Am I still pronouncing it right? Um, but yeah. See, I hope I hope they were making the final icon for the modifiers blue as it is for the normal object modifiers. Uh, yeah, and you said you experienced the vertical struggle too. Yeah. So this makes a whole lot more sense. And 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 then I don't have to do that little hack, you know. And then, this is good for. I never use the tool tab, so I don't. I mean, this isn't really. I've never done this extend. I guess the select box you can do different selection modes. I've never done that. That could probably be helpful if I actually do learn it. But this is the cache. They also changed the prefetch frames. Um, so this used to be up here on the this panel. It used to be right under use proxies, um, which didn't really make any sense. It's caching, so this makes a lot more sense. And then you have your proxy tab down here as well. So, yes. Oh wait, it was blue. Sorry, watching on the phone was looking at icon on tab on the above in the properties. Oh yeah. No, strip modifiers tab is blue. This is what you're talking about. I'm guessing. Um, yeah. So you're saying they did that in the just the regular uh general layout over here too? I guess I have to add something, don't I? Oh yeah. You mean like this modifier is blue here? Yeah. I wonder. I wonder what made them. Um, Oh, that it is a wrench, but they do have the little strips. I like that actually. So it's a little wrench with the strips in the background, so you can differentiate it between, just the regular 3D modifiers and then the sequencer modifiers, which makes sense because you also have the strips here. This is the sequencer properties or the strip properties. So yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Um, yeah, no, and I'm just really glad that they're working on. I was up until this point, I was kind of worried that maybe someday they would think, the VSE is a little bit too much to maintain, and that they would drop it like they did with the game engine that they used to have. Um, and when they dropped the game engine, I'm so glad that they kept the VSE because that's how I edited all my videos. That's still how I edit my videos. I think Blender is a great video editor for what I need it for. Okay, so I don't use it for, so I don't make like short films or anything. Not yet. That's actually something that's going to be coming in the future, hopefully. but but for tutorials, its editing is perfect. And uh, once people didn't like, well, Blender's kind of intimidating for people anyway because of the way that it has everything set up on the screen and the areas that you can mix and match and change and stuff. That's a little intimidating for people. Also, the Blender's hotkeys were different from the standard, video editing stuff, and um, so but once I found that you can create your own key map, your own shortcuts, or change the shortcuts, I was like, oh gosh, this is a game changer. And so way back in the day, actually we can go there. Maybe. Let's see. Let's do this, and let's do. Um, well, let's see. Let's do. Uh, blenderfrenzy.com. Shameless plug for my website here. Um, you can check out my course and my membership and stuff, but you can also get some the free membership, you get free stuff, which includes, if you go see what's inside, then you can kind of scroll down and see what's all included. The free stuff and the Plus and the Pro have these little things on here where it's just exclusive for those members. But if you don't see that, then you can go to the freebies, sign up, and get this stuff. It tells you what you get. You get this blend file, which has the ways to hide and reveal text. You got geometry nodes stuff. You got lots of different stuff. But anyway, the reason I'm doing this, other than to have a shameless plug for my own website, is here. So a long time ago, I made this keymap shortcut cheat sheet, and I've had comments saying that this tripled. Is that right? Tripled the speed of their video editing, because what the default shortcuts in Blender for video editing right now are just they're kind of all over, so I have to look down every time I want to do a thing on the keyboard, and I didn't want to have to look down. Either that or I had to use my left hand too. So I wanted to make sure, or my right hand too, which I'm right-handed, so I use my right hand for my mouse. So I wanted to have all of the buttons that I needed to for the general editing to on my left hand, so I didn't have to look down, and I knew everything where it was. So that's what I did, and I made the just a PDF download of all of those, so you can quick search what I changed and what was Blender's original. This is free if you go onto the website and go to the freebies. So what I did then, it just revolutionized my video editing. It's so fast. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but you can edit really fast in Blender if you know what you're doing, and if you just learn the ropes a little bit, it's pretty cool. See. Oh wait, it is. Oh, you said that already. Yeah, I love the VSE. I hope it gets better. Yes. Okay. Thank you for. So okay, let me finish. That's my point of view. And it's getting better apparently, which is really a relief. Yes. So to finish, sorry, my ADD kicks in here. To finish the thought, I'm glad they didn't get rid of it. And then up until now, I was kind of like, oh, they're gonna still maintain it. So I wanted to kind of be more active with it. But with the implementation of the compositor, yeah, it's not going anywhere. And it is going to start getting better because they're using it for storyboarding now. And it's actually being implemented in a way that a lot of other video editors do it, where you import a clip, and you have a clip editor, and then you have the master timeline or whatever. I haven't used a lot of video editors, but I've used Sony Vegas Pro way back in the day. I've used Premiere a tiny bit, just a like 1-day experimentation. And I used Shotcut when it first came out. I've used what's the other one? Final Cut Pro. No, I've not used Final Cut Pro. Isn't that Mac? I don't have a Mac. I've not used Mac. So, but I'm slightly familiar with all of these. But again, because Blender's different, I think that's the thing. People think Blender's harder because it's just different. But if you take the time to learn it, then it's really super powerful. And I like the integration, like I was saying a couple days ago. Like I love Blender replacing Adobe Suite and Adobe stuff because, Adobe takes all of your money and it spies on you. And now with the AI stuff, it's like saying, oh, we're gonna use all of your stuff to train our database and stuff like that on. And they don't really give you any options. They're just like, oh, this is what's going to happen now. You have to mess with licensing issues where you have to license for different computers, or you have to, um, it's just harder to like Blender. You can put on any computer at any time, however many computers you want. Um, you can implement 3D effects. You can do motion tracking, camera tracking, implement 3D effects into real world footage. You can do animations. You can do it's like an all-in-one suite. You can do motion graphics now, especially with introducing geometry nodes and simulation nodes. You can do just like Blender is getting so good at doing all of the stuff that you can do in Adobe for free. And I actually even want to start. I keep saying this. I want to start a section on my channel, a playlist of called "Do It in Blender," where I take stuff that you can do in Adobe or other programs, and you can do it in Blender instead. Again, it might not be as powerful if you're looking for something to do that's really super niche or super advanced. But I mean, you can do masking in Blender, you can do camera tracking, you can do green screen keying, you can do compositing, you can mix all of that with 3D animation and real life footage and all of that stuff. Like I just love the idea of doing visual effects all using Blender. And I know that it's okay to use other programs. I know DaVinci Resolve is good, Houdini is good, and if you want to use the free forms of those, or if you want to pay for a license, then yeah, that's fine. I mean, people pay for good software to do different things. But I have this itch. I have this Blender itch that I always want to try, at least try to see if I can do the same result from these other programs in Blender. It's just my thing. That's why my channel is called Blender Frenzy, because I use Blender really with a frenzy for everything, anything that I can. I'm trying to use it right now for photo stitching, like to create your own like HDRIs from multiple photos. That's something that's been super fascinating to me. I'm like, I know that there are programs out there that can do it. I know that there's a free program especially for this, or maybe a couple. Photo stitch programs, Huggin or Hugin, I don't know how to pronounce it. But I'm like, I tried Huggin once and it didn't work, and I didn't know how to use it, so I didn't know how to fix it. So I'm like, but I know Blender. And if it doesn't work in Blender, I know what to do to test things in Blender. So yeah, and I just like the idea of, in this case, having all my eggs in one basket, because again, I'm not going to have to worry about any licensing stuff. If I want to create a Blender course, I can sell it, and I don't have to worry about any licensing stuff. Like if you want to create an add-on for Blender, you don't have to worry about the licensing stuff. It's just Blender gives the people the power. to put a cliche, the power is in the hands of the people. It's in the hands of the artists and the developers and the creators, the people who want to build good things. And I really love it. So, having said that, I'm just gone on this monologue. Let me show you. Oh, well, I did. Okay, I want to see if this is gonna work. So let me try this here. We got the sequencer, we got this. Is there not a compositor node on here? Okay, there is. Okay, maybe I have to. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. So now I have the compositor node, and it's not in here. Why is it not in here? Well. Maybe we have another bug. Turn it off, turn it back on. Get rid of it here. Select it. Get rid of it here. Add it again. Compositor. Okay, so now I can select it. Huh, yeah. I don't know. That was a little bit of a bug. I don't know how I'd reproduce that though. least I can get around it. Well, hold on. Here it says 2. What other is using it? I'm not using it here. This is what I was doing to make my little logo, Frenzy Hangouts logo. Um, Okay, sorry. I'm going back to. I haven't been reading my text. I'm going to go back there. Um, can you use Blender as text editor? Okay, challenge accepted. Okay, maybe not a text editor, but I mean maybe you could, to be honest, because with geometry nodes you can create templates. Um, so uh, going now, well, of course, I don't know if this is true with geometry nodes, but now that the text, well, at least in the VSE, sorry, I'm kind of thinking through this. So in the VSE, they've eliminated. I don't know if that eliminated is the right word, but they've changed the cache limit for text. So you could technically probably use it as a text editor. It would be very difficult. Be very, very difficult. But if you just change you know, change the render size to, or the output, let's see, resolution. Um, well, I mean, I don't want to do it. 11. No, this will be 8.5, and this will be 11. Yeah, that's way too small. So 8.5, I don't know, times 1,000. No, wait, not 1,000. 100. We'll just do that. Okay, 850 times 100. I could just put 2 zeros behind it. I don't know. Okay, so then we have a color. See, you challenged me. I'm doing it. I'm gonna try. And then we can do. Oh yeah, it's not down here anymore, is it? Properties, white, and then we add in a text. We put it right here. We make the text black. There we go. Here's your text editor. Oh, but we want to, and then we can add. Oh yeah, here we go. Add different fonts. Here you go. And we can also do the alignment to left aligned, so that when we do the wrap width, we can it wraps around like that. There you go. Your text editor. I would not use Blender for my text editor. That is. I do use LibreOffice though. So that is also still free and open source. Okay, sorry, I need to go back and actually read some more of here. Oh gosh. Okay, Jack. Sorry, Jack. I want to get back to your. I don't know if you're still here. I like what Pablo said best, which I've always thought about. Blender should work well with Blender. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's why they're trying to make it more consistent, right? Um, they're trying to, with how Blender seems to have been built kind of in pieces with kind of different mindsets, and it was kind of stitched together, and so the node, like for example the nodes, the node, which is I think in the context of what you're saying, like they're making the nodes all of the node editors consistent look, consistent options. Like you said, the modifier, strip modifier here is blue, and that's consistent with the rest of Blender. So yes, Blender should work well with Blender. Thank you, Jack. I'm sorry it took so long for me to get to your chat. Yeah, this is great. Having a lot of people doing the live stream tonight, and also checking in. This is the most popular one of yet, so that's good. Um, yeah, I'd binge watch Do It in Blender series like crazy. Yeah, gosh, Well, okay. So, Jiraj, what what would you like to see? What's the first thing that you would want to see as a Blender? Do it in Blender. Put a chat in the comment because I I- I'll I'll definitely take suggestions and then you know that's kind of basically how I'll do it. Just suggestions of people seeing something that was done in in Adobe and just do it in Blender. Okay, text editor. I'd love to see that photo stitching process as well. Yeah, I know. That's you guys don't know. You have no idea. This is why I'm kind of doing the live streams right now is because I haven't gotten enough content out there because I have so many things going on in life generally, but also I I have so many like ideas and I've been testing out so many different things and it's hard for me to focus and narrowly focus. I've got some video sequence editor shorts filmed and recorded and ready to go, but I want to also do it like an updated series for 4.5. But then when I saw that it was completely being changed, I'm like, do I continue? Do I keep doing the Blender series 4.5 or do I spend my energy creating a series for Blender 5? I don't know. It's creating content. It's always I'm always like trying to figure out well what's going to be the best. What's going to be the best? What are people going to like the most? What do I like the most also? Because sometimes I focus on something so long that I just lose interest in it and I want to do something else. I like visual effects. I like adding um, CG elements to footage. I like changing footage in ways, or I like taking a photo and recreating that in Blender. And I've just been doing that so much lately, just trying to stitch photos together. I've been trying to, uh, build the environment with just using Blender and not using photogrammetry software because I always thought it was weird with photogrammetry software where you would just you, you would take all these photos or video or whatever and then you would run it through another program that could have errors and you had to figure out how to learn a whole new program only to import it into Blender and it's just like millions of you know polygons and then only for you to then have to remesh it and remodel it anyway. And I'm like, well, why would I spend my time doing that? Just learn how to model, doing model basic shapes. But if I can get my cameras all set up in Blender by myself, then I can build it out from there. You need to select the modifier itself, I think. Oh, thank you. I'll check that next time. I thought I had checked the modifier. Maybe you're right. I'll go back and I'll check. I'll try that. Trying to keep up with the chats here. Okay. We have a text editor panel. We do. That's so true. We absolutely do. We have a text editor. There we go. Who said that? Jedediah. I'm like doing it the complicated way. But see, I'm a VSE guy, so that's why I was doing it that way. But yeah, here we go. Text editor. Boom. New. This is now a text editor. And I think it's set up for Python because that's why the is red now. Oh dear. See? See? Draj, you can use Blender for everything. If only I could use Blender to wash my dishes, that would be that would be awesome. Okay. Depending on what type of text editor you might have in mind, Blender's script editor is pretty much on par with Windows Notepad. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, you won't be able to do stylized like in MS Word. Yeah. Yeah. So many areas where being better integrated with itself is amazing. Yes. Just Blender is becoming exponentially better than it used to be. Like it's got so much support behind it now. It's got so much attention. So many really big sponsors. So it's pretty cool. Um, Uh, Josh says, I mean, lately I've been fairly invested in trying to do some 2D motion design and 2D procedural animation transition effects. But that may be too niche for that series. Not at all. that that's actually something. Well, if you go check out my website here, I've done not on this page. Where's page one? This is what I've so because it's with so here's some motion graphic stuff. This is actually with the VSE only. Uh, but where is oh yeah, here. So I've really been trying to break into the 2D motion graphic design, especially for creating your own titles and your own lower thirds. If you use geometry nodes to do that, then you can customize that however you want. So if I made a custom like title motion graphic, or a title like lower thirds where my name pops up on the screen. So if you have a podcast, for example, and you want to like have guests on, or you know show who's talking, and you have the name pop up on the screen, but you also usually have something that's behind it, like a little you know color box or whatever that kind of animates in. Well, to do that with different names, different lengths of names, or different images or whatever, you would have to manually go in and tweak the animation. You would have to manually go in and tweak like the length of each graphic. But with geometry nodes, you can calculate how long, or Blender can calculate how long a string is, and then just compensate. You can do the calculations and compensate for your graphics that are behind it. So if a little bar comes out with a name, then like it will be just as long as the name, and however much margin you put. That's what I've been trying to break into. But again, I'm kind of all over the map. I need to kind of zero in on something, and I kind of want to zero in on that, on doing these types of things. So, for example, procedural text underline. This actually uh, reveals it. Now you can watch. These are all free tutorials on my YouTube channel. You don't even have to go to my website. It's just that if you want the blend file, you get the free download on my website. Um, but the procedural text underline is supposed to demonstrate that the underline will be just as long as whatever text you want, and again, however much margin you want. And that way, so you create this template with geometry nodes. It takes a while to set up, but once you have it, then whoever, like, let's say you sell it or you ship it or whatever, and you say, hey, here's this. Now anybody can put in their text, and the underline will be the same length as their text immediately. They can put as much text as they want, as little text as they want, and you can have them change the material or the color scheme. So if they want to match it to their own brand, they can match it to your own brand. So that's something that I've really been excited to jump into. I mean, lately I've been fairly okay. Yeah, also love that now we have the string to value node in geometry nodes. Do we? Yeah. See, that's something that I've been so busy I haven't even looked at the new geometry nodes, which it sounds like, man, it's so hard to keep up with how fast Blender is improving. It really is, and it makes it hard for content creators like myself, and tutorial makers, especially content creators, but meaning like they don't necessarily have to keep up on the latest and greatest. But like, if you are a tutorial maker and you are telling people, here is how you use Blender, and then tomorrow Blender changes, well, I suppose you can look at it two different ways. You can either look at it like, yeah, that's actually, you can either look like, oh gosh, I've done all this work for nothing, and now nobody's going to watch my tutorials. Or you can look at it like, hey, I made this content, Now all I have to do is the same content again, same tutorial, but for an updated version, and you keep getting more views. So I don't know. It might be actually be a good thing instead. So okay. Let me. Okay, I want to go back because I want to. I know I've just been ranting and talking with you guys, but that's what this is about. Hanging out. We're just hanging out. I love this. This is talking about Blender stuff, but I do want to do some testing. So, oh, let me test what you said. You have to have it selected. Who said that? Jiraj. Okay. Uh, so let's go back to my edit. I've got this selected. We can get rid of the text editor. Okay, if I select my color balance, you're right. You're right. Thank you for that. So you have to have this selected. Interesting. Unless I have it pinned. So if I have that pinned and this is selected, okay, that works as expected. You know what? I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have put that together. That's awesome. So thank you very much for that. Cool. Okay, testing. Testing. What I want to test is adding this. Well, let's just get rid of this transition. We'll just add in a new one, a new creative pixelate again. We're going to do this. See if this works first and foremost. Okay, that is working. Okay, but this really hogs my system, so got to be careful with this. If I let's see, if I add in a keyframe with I here, is that going to, am I going to see that? Let me bring up the dope sheet. Okay, still not in the dope sheet. Well, okay, yeah, still not in the dope sheet. But if I go to the graph editor, okay, and it's not here now either. Now, okay, now is it because I need to select something else? Because it was working. I know it was working because I mentioned it. Okay, let's say I'm going to save this as 6. And we'll do... Okay, because I want to. I don't want to have my Blender crash like it did. Like I almost lost my live stream again. I'm gonna go. Let's do this one. This one was the alpha from earlier today. Let's open this. Okay. File written by newer Blender. Yeah, I know. Okay, it's still not showing up in here. So I don't know if you guys have any other ideas. Geometry nodes. Yeah, I also love that we now have a string to value. Yeah, I wasn't expecting new compositing node group to be shipped with Blender so soon. No problem. Glad I could help. Yes, thank you. Oh, right. The timeline editor is gone in that version. Yes, that's something yesterday in my live stream yesterday I was mentioning that I had noticed. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was the day before. Like that was also something as I'm doing the daily builds, I'm like stuff just changes. You're like I don't know, and maybe I should go on the website and actually read if they've changed something or not. But that's also kind of hard. It's kind of hard because I don't know what they're working on, and I was looking at. I just need to go on the Blender docs page, the developer docs, and just learn how to read it. I've never been good at any of that stuff, like any of the like bug reporting and like GitHub and stuff like that, like download like just these kind of forums. I've never been a forum kind of guy, so I just looking at these forums and trying to figure out how to navigate what bug request to make and what where. But yeah, the one that the timeline is now it's now gone, and it was pretty redundant. I mean, it was doing everything the dope sheet was and less. It was just kind of like a, I don't know, an overview. So so they got rid of that. But I can't, there isn't anything in these that show the um keyframe. But maybe I have to make two keyframes. So let me go. Let's go to the graph editor. So we've got, okay, this is on 49. Oh, I'm also on the thumb. Ah, that's it. It's not a bug. I just figured it out. This is going to be something that's confusing. I thought there was also a way that you could also have these be synced. Like if I change this here. Okay, so the sequencer now uses scenes separately than Blender main scene. So you can change the scene here with Blender's main scene. So the animation editor was not recognizing this because what's selected over here in my thumb is not the same thing. It's this text, which has no animation on it. That makes sense. But so the rest of Blender is now still the thumb, as you can see up here, but not the edit. But if I change it to the edit, now this is using the edit. That's going to be really confusing. There may be a way to pin that so that they change at the same time. If you change one, then it changes the other. But yeah, here's my keyframe. Does that also work in the dope sheet? No, it's still not. No, it still doesn't exist in the dope sheet. No. Oh, this is cache file. Sorry, dope sheet. There we go. I was like, I didn't see my summary. Yeah, no keyframe here. Which I don't know why it should. That is probably a bug. It should be a node tree here. I've got it selected. This is selected. The strip that this is on is selected. It should be displayed here. So yeah, play in active editor. Maybe it's something on here. Follow current frame. I'll have to test that out later, but at least we have it in the graph editor right here, which is pretty cool. So then I can go to frame 100, and then we can do size 0, I keyframe. Okay, well, this one. Oh, this is constant. I don't want constant. I want linear. Oh, that's still constant. Linear. Bezier. Linear. Okay, so that may be something that is. It's still saying that it's O. It's still using the constant. Well, maybe that's because it's just from 0 to 1. This needs to be 100, not 1. Okay, now it's chugging again. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's why. Because obviously from 1 to 0 it's just one step. Okay. So then can we change these to Bezier? Is it going to crash? No, yay, it's Bezier now. Yay. Okay, let me read. Sorry. Back to your comments. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, good. So we're all caught up. Yes. And we're over an hour, but I didn't plan to do it for an hour or whatever. Just gotta make sure I don't have any other anybody else needing to get a hold of me for any reason. Um, okay, and I got some water. Got my water. I got my soda. Soda's bad for you, by the way. Oh, caveat: I'm not a health professional. You need to talk to your doctor about what is right for you. But I have started drinking Zevia. And I'm not, they don't sponsor me. This is just something that I really literally just started. It's zero sugar soda. They don't have the high fructose corn syrup in there. It's not even, it's flavored differently. It's all of these are the same color, no matter what brand, not brand, no matter what flavor you get. So this is vanilla cola, but the regular cola or the strawberry cola, none of them they all look the same, just different tastes. So because they don't put the dyes in them, and then it's stevia. So if you like stevia or if you can stand stevia, I should say, then yeah, you should. Uh, Not you should. You I like them, so maybe you might like them. Hmm. Okay. Jack says you can also look at sequencer meeting notes for what they are doing also. Sequencer meeting notes. So what is that though? Like, let's we'll go ahead and pull that up. Because I usually have this. No, I usually have this up anyway. Um, so the Blender release notes. So is this what you're talking about? Because this is what I've been doing like throughout the live streams this week. I just haven't really pulled it up today because I was already in Blender and testing it out and stuff. But Blender 5.0, they haven't updated this yet. So this is what I was going through. I just started at the top and we went line by line. Oh, see, this is cool. So I don't know if this is maybe I can't remember if I just skipped over the audio last time or if this is actually something new. Uh, it's the dev meeting notes. Where do I find that? I would love to be. I think I have been a part of that way back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago. When I first made my first bug report, I because they were I don't they use like Rocket Chat or something? Is that what you're talking about? Um, is it on the forum developer handbook? Communication chat weekly updates. Oh hey, look at this. Am I on the right track? I don't know. Oh, dev talk. Okay, hold on. We might be getting closer. Is this what you're talking about? The weekly meeting notes? This looks like meeting notes. Notes for weekly communication and ongoing project modules. Aha! Sequencer meeting notes. I think I found it. That's 9:30. Story tools. Uh, preview crashes when output resolution. Okay. Do they have mine on there? Uh, wait, hold on. What did I miss? New features and changes. Compositor. Geometry nodes. Oh, see, I didn't really know about this is what I was looking for. Yes, this is what I was looking for. I need to make sure I bookmark this. um VSE, okay. Oh yeah, see here we go. Move strip properties to properties editor. See if I'd known this. So sync object modes when switching scenes. Sync object modes when switching scenes. Is that what we were just talking about? Remove transform effect. Oh yeah, I knew that. Sound pitch correction. That's the audio that I was just mentioning a little bit ago. I haven't tested that. We can test that if you want. Um, okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to read this and stay up to date on this. For a full overview, see, this is where I was going. It says for a full overview, including fixes, code only changes, and more, uh, visit projects.blender.org. Oh yeah, I have to verify I am human. I am not AI. Yeah. No, I don't want to create. I want to find my pull request. See, okay, so issues created by you. Okay, this is 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Mentioning you, assigned to you in your repositories. Well, but where's the one? Ah, I wonder because the one I created they fixed, so that's probably why it's not on here. I guess they haven't really fixed this. Status is confirmed. It's a bug, but they haven't done anything about it. Um, I don't know how to get to my bugs. But anyway, yeah. See, this is what I don't know how to navigate. Oh wow, why is? Oh yeah, because my screen keeps changing. Okay, we're gonna put this to aperture priority. There we go. So hopefully it will change. I can also turn on some more lights here. The sun has gone down. Um, but okay. So let's go. Okay, so I'm sorry. Focus. Let's get some soda. All right. Sequencer meeting notes. This is the only one. This is the latest one. Modules and projects. Okay, this was on October 1st. Okay, that's good. Video sequencer and editing. Okay, but where's mine? Deleting node groups from the outliner's blend file mode instantly crashes Blender. Okay. Animated values don't update properly. VSE preview crashes. I know I'm going backwards. I apologize. Move strip properties to. Oh yeah, we did that. Okay. Remove transform effect. Okay, we got that. Other. Haven't signed up. I should log into this. Yeah, this is really good stuff. Okay, anything else? Okay, let's get back to testing. Okay, what did I want to test? So I wanted to test this, definitely. And we should bring this back down here. I do like this. This is so cool. I have this pixelated effect. Okay, I wanted to test the transform node. So let's do, because now we need to know and just keep our eyes on our project versus so our sequencer scene versus the Blender scene. So we can just get rid of that and add in what I did was a transform node here, and then so this isn't working anymore. This was working the other day. Oh, I'm still in the alpha too. So let's yeah, actually let's just okay, let's undo that undo. I'm gonna go back to the pixel. Okay, we'll save this. I will open the October 7th one first and try that. Okay, save as. Okay. Yeah, this may not be good saving it with different Blender versions as I'm doing. That could also cause issues. But transform. Oh yeah, okay. See that's where. Oh yeah, no, okay. So this is the before. So you see how this is working. So this is the day before. This one works. The keying doesn't work though. So if I unmute that, you can see that's not working. The keying works, but the transparency doesn't. So, but this works. I can move the image like this. I can move it up and down. I can rotate it and I can scale it from this node here, but not in this one, and not in, I don't think in the beta either. Transform. Okay, yep, that's not working anymore. Edit, we're in the edit. So the X and the Y don't work, but the angle does work. I can rotate it. And the keying works on this one, of course. And I can scale it here too. But Blender did crash once when I tried to scale it like this, so. So I think that might be a little bit of a bug. I don't know. Oh wait, I just realized now that there's VSE compositor. That means we have access to procedurally animated noise textures. Yes. Anything? I mean, my guess is, well, why don't we test it? Let's do a procedurally animated noise texture. Let's just do another one. We'll hide this one, or you know what? We'll do this. We'll do create. We'll get rid of create a new one. And then we'll do noise. Noise texture. There we go. Yeah. I mean, this is probably not how you would use it, but you'd probably use this as a factor of some sort. But this is just so you can see. Yeah, we have a 2D, 3D, 4D. Put in the W. Look at that. Got a noise right there. We got the scale of the noise, up or down. I wonder if I disconnect here. Yeah, so you can see. There you go. Multifractal. You can see the detail there. It's all the same stuff. Distortion. So then the image, if I put that into the vector, that's what that looks like. This is probably not how you would use it, but just to show you, you can use it. And if let's try it. Let's just put it in here. What is it? Just is it hashtag frame? And we just play. Look at that. Works like a charm. That's actually working really well. See, Blender, oh man, just that's the problem that I have. It's like Blender can do so many cool things. I'm just like a kid in a candy store where I'm like, I don't know what I want. I want everything. I want to do it all right now. I want all of the candy right now. I don't know where to start. So yeah, it definitely someone with ADD having like spotlight syndrome too. It's like, oh, this one, or this one, oh no, this one, oh no, over here. So maybe I guess I should put out a poll or something on my channel. Be like, okay, here's what I'm interested in. What should I start with? And just have you guys tell me what to do. Then I know for sure. It's like, okay, we're gonna go that road. I'm trying to think now of how the noise I know the noise texture would be used for like different, materials. So for example, we could do a you could do it. You could technically you could try you could do a transition using this too. I'm trying to think of how that might work, but if it's 3D here, well, let's do 4D and just the factor. So if the factor is plugged in to the group output, then we play. You get the black and white, but I wonder if you can. Is there a scene, a VSE sequencer compositor nodes group? What is this? Oh, that's of course. Okay, that's pretty cool. It added my sequencer compositor nodes as a group, which is interesting. But I'm looking for strip sequencer. I'm looking for like if I can bring like this color into here. Like reference this color. I could probably. This is just theory. color strip. I don't know. And then just having it be like this. This is just the output. So, and then since I have the color strip here, if I go here, okay, hold on, let's unhide this. Okay, if I add a color strip, if I add the sequencer compositor nodes and I choose my color strip here, wouldn't that mean that I have my color strip? If I plug this in? Oh, well, it's only the image. Okay, so no, it doesn't work like that. I don't know why it doesn't work like that. Because the group input should be coming from here, right? That makes sense to me. But nope, it doesn't work like that. I was thinking of creating some distortion effects or transitions. You could probably drive the parameter with the color using a driver. Yes, you could probably do it using a driver. You could probably do it. I would almost imagine you'd be able to do it like you can in geometry nodes using an empty or an object as well. Because you can do that with attributes. That's what they're called. So you can tie an attribute from something or create an attribute on an empty or an object or something. Have that be fed, or in geometry nodes, and have that be fed into the compositor, right? Well, that's the shader editor. Does the compositor use attributes? I can't remember. Like copy a new driver on the floor of that strip into the RGB node in the compositor. Yeah. Well, that's what I would do here then too. That's what I was just trying to do. I would do, the workaround. This is the workaround that I would do. So I would say I would go up here. I would do this. I would say oh, I can't copy this as a driver? Okay, never mind. I thought I could copy this as a driver. Well, that's not going to work then, is it? Because I don't want to add a driver to this. I want to copy his new driver. They used to have that option here. So I guess I can't do my workaround. But what I was going to do is I'm going to copy a new driver from here and then go here and just create put in an RGB node, you know. And then I would paste the driver. So that whatever color I changed the effect strip to, this color strip, then this color would mimic that. And that way that's kind of like a little hack I could do. Might be called color node in the compositor, I don't know. Well, it looks like it says RGB curves. I could probably color, let's see. I think it's input actually. It used to be input. Ooh, scene time. Here we go. Scene time and time curve. That's cool. Yeah, I think really it's just this is something that's cool too. You can use the filter nodes, so you can use blur, but you can also use denoise and despeckle. And there's actually a way to use. See, this is why it's so nice to have this, is because normally you would use. I'm gonna. Yeah, let me. Okay. Normally you would use situated here the compositor, do the compositing, uh, render it out as a video or an image sequence, put it in the VSE, and then do that. But then if you need to make changes, then you have to go back to the compositor, do it all over again, export, re-import. That's why it makes this so much more connected. So if you have blurry footage, and I've done this before, there's a hack that you can do with blurring and uh, using a divide. I think I don't remember what it is. But using some math, you can use the blur node as a way to sharpen something. And this is perfect for like just video. You want to sharpen a video, but you don't want it to be like um, you don't want to have to go through all those steps. You don't have to render out a whole video, sharpen, and re-import that in. Um, you just do it in one step. And that's something that you couldn't do in the video sequence editor with the original modifier. So if you go look at these original modifiers, this is the list that we have. This is the only list that we have, minus the compositor. So there wasn't really any way. I mean, you could try to get around it by using the blur effect. So if you came over here and you added an effect strip blur, a Gaussian blur, you could still try to hack it, but the node setup is way easier. Can you copy individual RGB values as driver? Oh, I can try. Let's go back over here. Settings. No, if I right click on them, nothing happens. Wait, to RGB. Oh, hey! Look at that, you can. Jiraj, you're on a roll today, man. Thank you. Okay, so copy as new driver. So this is a little tedious. Then I'd have to copy as the new driver. Well, let's just do it. It's tedious, but you know what? We're experimenting here. So this one. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this. I'm just gonna pin this here, and then okay. But since I'm selecting something different, that's still not. Huh. It's still not really pinning it, is it? Oh well. But so okay, we want to take the color. So let's just go here. Make sure it's on RGB, of course. Copy as new driver. That's the red. Go back here. And RGB. Okay, hold on. Oh, I can't right click and paste it. Hold on. No, won't let me right click and paste it. Oh, what's that? What's that doing then? Can I? Oh, almost, almost. No. Well, it was worth a shot. Has it? I've not really tried to pin stuff, I think, from the editor. Um, dang. Um, trying to think of how else I might do that. I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe creating an attribute or something. Because you can create a custom property. um. I wonder. Well, hold on. Maybe if I have this plugged in here. Oh, but that's gonna be that's not what we want because okay. Nope, it won't let me right click in here to paste it. So I've got the driver copied. Ah well. Sorry, just guessing. I'm not on PC, so I can't test. Oh, it's okay. It was a great idea actually. I hadn't even thought about that. It's like, and we got halfway there, you know. Um. So okay. Well, this is. I'm sure that there's as they build this out, there's going to be a lot more integration with stuff. But what were we talking about before that? Or just paste in 3 separate value nodes and combine them using combined color. Well, will it let me? Will will it let me paste on it? Or we could try it. This is worth a shot. This is what we're here for. Um, so we got combine XYZ or combine color. Do you want combine color? Combine XYZ. Combine color. Ha 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 ha. Paste driver. Oh, look at this. Look at this. You're on a roll. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, hold on. We may have found the hack for this. Copy as new driver. Paste driver. Okay. I think we can do this. I think we can do this. Copy as new driver. Paste driver. Copy as new driver. And paste as new driver. Oh, we got to get the alpha too. Oh, there is no alpha with RGB. Okay, it's just RGB. Um, okay, so now do we plug this in? That's okay, but that's not the same color, is it? And the alpha was at 1 over on the HSV. Do we have an HSV? Do we have a hue saturation value? 1 like this? Oh wait, I think I can just change it. Yeah, you can just change that there. Um, but this should be. I mean, that shouldn't matter. Um, so I wonder why that color is different. Anyway, let's try to change this here. Okay, so if I just start to change this color, does that work? It is changing the color, but it's not changing it up here. Okay, well, let's feed it. Let's feed it through the RGB curves. Oh, it just didn't update. It's still lighter. Wait a minute, hold on. No, it's standard. I wonder why it's lighter. That will definitely work, but it's super stupidly complicated for what it is. Yeah, but I like doing those little things. Maybe it is somewhat different color space. Yeah, right. I don't know what the compositor uses. Well, the compositor should use the whatever I set it to here. This is what it should be using. So I changed this to AGX. You can see that changed. But this should be standard, which it is. Um, but it's definitely different than this. Huh. That's crazy. Possibly some blending mode of the strip. Well, that's okay. We can check. I don't think that we have a different blending mode with strip. It's alpha over opacity is at 1. Um, filter is auto, so we can try that. Oh, nearest, bilinear, cubic. None of these seem to be changing anything. Video, crop, color, everything's at default. Oh, my color balance maybe? Mask input? No, I don't have any. I don't have an input on the mask. Um, if I unplug this. Let's. I want to see if I just type in here. I'm just going to type this in. 0.903, 1.567. Is that the same color? That is the same color. But those are different colors. That's odd. Combined color, that's what, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Oh. Well, that's weird. Alpha at 0 does it. Okay. Um, okay, well, let's do this now then. If I uh, come to my color and I change my color, look at that. Ha ha ha! It's working. There we go. We hacked it. We hacked it. We did it. um, that will definitely work, but it's super stupidly. Okay, maybe it's some different color space. Probably some blending mode of the strip. Okay, that's super weird. Feels like a bug. What, the alpha going down to 0? Well, yeah. The thing is that the RGB doesn't use alpha. So maybe that's why it's doing it like that, because it's like I'm kind of recognizing that this is not it's like something that it's trying to do when it's at 1, and it's like, oh, we got to try to make this alpha, but it's, yeah, I mean, either way, you're probably right. It's probably some sort of bug. Yes, high five, we did it. um yes, no, that's cool. Um, there was okay. This I've been almost 2 hours now, so we're gonna have to cut it off at the 2 hour mark. Um, so just a few more minutes, and I wanted to go back and test a couple of other things that I had thought of. Um, we figured out the we figured out the keyframes, but what I didn't figure out was let's do this. Oh, the transform. Okay, yeah. Transform has stopped working. This looks like it's a bug. Obviously, you can still transform it over here, but you can rotate it still over here, and you can scale it over here. So I'm not sure why you're unable, or you're I'm not sure why it's not working now. As you can saw, I can't even talk. That's why we need to end the stream soon. But prior to this, yesterday, the day before, whenever I tested it, it was working. The other build. So maybe when they fixed this opacity thing and the transparency thing, maybe they did something that you know messed that up. Let's try another node. Let's see. Let's because I know there's other transform stuff. Let's do it this way. So let's do transform. Okay, translate. We'll just use the translate. Okay, yep, not working. Translate is not working. Let's do rotate, just a rotate node. Yep, rotate works as expected. And let's do the scale. Yep, scale works as expected. And we can choose these. I don't want to test all of those though. Yeah. All right, transform stopped working, so I can submit that as a bug. Flippity floppity. Let's flip it. Flip. Flip. So these two cancel each other out. Flip. Flip. That's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, so much potential. And with transitions too, actually, because you can make black and white transitions, and now you don't have to render them out before they can exist in the sequencer. So you can make your. Of course, again, it's not the shader editor. I gotta also remember that this is the compositor. But if you can animate stuff in the compositor, then you can animate a black and white transition just fine, and then put that on a strip, and then use that strip for an alpha. I mean, strips use alpha, right? So it would be able to read alpha with alpha over, mixing mode on the strip. Therefore, it should be able to read combined color node with its alpha. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. But my brain is shutting down. So I need to actually go eat something. And then do some things before bed, and then get ready for bed, and then go to bed. I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm getting pretty sleepy. But this was fun. This was by far, I think, the best live stream regarding these testing, because I was a little bit more prepared. I had I'm kind of getting used to this live stream, kind of the rigmarole. Lots of people on here today chatting, and lots of good conversations, lots of good discoveries from you guys. This has been really helpful. So I thank you for that. But I am going to end here in the next couple minutes. If you don't have any other questions or if something else you want me to test, say it now or forever hold your peace. Or at least hold your peace until the next time. So, yeah, you should sleep. It's 2:30 a.m. here. My sleep schedule is broken lately. Yeah, I didn't get to sleep last night this morning until like 5:30. So yeah, I know how it goes. I don't know where in the world you are though. So so I guess 2:30. So it's what is it? So that's or two almost 250. Sorry, 2:53. See 7 to 2. Is that Germany? Wait a minute. It's Europe somewhere, isn't it? It's like see. Node pack for the compositor, show it to you. Yeah, that would be awesome. What node? Okay, so hold on. What node pack are you creating? Slovakia. Okay, that's where from. That's cool. Is it like the stuff you were mentioning before? Like yeah, my girlfriend's from Germany, so it's sounds like a very similar time difference. So like the node pack that you're talking about for the compositor, is that like for the different effects that you want to do, like the what did you say, the kind of not warping effects, but glitch effects or something like that? Oh, distortion effects. That's what I'm looking for. Distortion effects and transitions. Yeah. Yeah. Like I created them using nodes. No, yeah. No, I just wanted to know which ones. Like, like, like distortion. Because like this is another thing. Like the whole do it in Blender type of thing. You know how you have those presets that you can do like glitching and stuff in Adobe software. Like you can do all that stuff in like in the compositor. You can make your compositor nodes, and then you can like give that away or sell it or whatever. Sell a pack of distortion nodes, and then people can use those in their video projects. Try to recreate the color ramp with color stop parameters exposed. Yes, is that so you can like connect them to the group input and output? Yes, yes. I was recently trying to do this. I don't know if it was um on a live stream, if I actually even mentioned it, but this is something I actually literally was trying to do just a, a week or so ago. Because yeah, the color ramp you can't really you can now you can I don't know if you know this, you probably do, but you can drive the value number. You can set a driver to use that value number. Um, but it's a bit wonky, and I don't remember what the result was. But yeah, because if you create if you create a node group, you want to be able to adjust the node ramp, and there wasn't really a good way to do that. So you could drive the color or plug in a color from a specific color stop. Yeah, utility stuff like that. This always was so useful, and that's what they're doing now with Blender 5. Is that they're doing like compositing nodes or compositing nodes, geometry nodes. They're making like presets, like little node packs, like you were saying, that come with it, like out of the box in Blender, and it's called like this is do this, if you want to do this, and you just do it. If that people were looking for a fast way to do the utility stuff because all the math and all the nodes are already put together. That's really that's really cool, man. Yeah, do it, and I'll give you a shout out, and I'll test it out for you if you want. Um, Basic shapes like rounded square in the compositor, or triangle or star. Yes, and that would be so awesome if you could do shapes and then have the compositor linked to the VSE, because the VSE can't do shapes unless you do a mask, and you make the shape yourself. I've always thought the VSE was missing that bit. But if you could have like a node group that would create basic shapes like star shapes, triangle shapes, different things like that, that would be super useful. Yeah, well, it's still presets. That's why I'm now. Yeah, I know, man. Like I said, it's tell you what, Blender's changing so fast. It's hard to create stuff that people are gonna find useful and want to engage in it. Yeah, that's awesome, super awesome, man. Well, definitely keep me posted. The best way to get a hold of me outside of just leaving a comment on YouTube is my website. So blenderfrenzy.com. If you want to go to contact, and then you can just put your information here. Send me a message. I'll get an email, and then I'll reply to you with my email. Um, so we can maybe set up exchange that way. I also eventually down the road I want to be able to do like the whole like upload, like have a place where people can upload stuff and I can download it. I just haven't done that because it's a headache for security and stuff. And I want to be downloading any viruses or malware or spyware or anything. But yeah, awesome, man. Okay, cool. Well, have a good rest of your night. I hope you can get some sleep. I hope your sleep schedule uh, gets better. And thanks for engaging. This was super fun for me as well. So until the next time, you will see me in the next one.